Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today it's going to be a little bit of a different video because I am going to finally do my vlog sale, which I know you guys have been waiting for forever for, and I've mentioned it time and time again, but I never get a chance to do it. And every time I decide to do it, I sort of chicken out because I become undecided as to whether or not to sell it. But today is the day because I've got a few things that are doubling up now, so I have to sell everything. So I will price everything as reasonably as I can, and all of these items will be available on my blog. So if you want more pictures and details there, I will put it in my blog, but I will put as much information in the info bar below, so go and check it out. First come, first served. It will be through PayPal, so friends and family only, and then if you want an invoice, so that's where I send you an invoice, it will be additional just to cover PayPal fees. Everything will be priced in Australian dollars. If you want any more info, just email me. I'll put my email in the info bar. But yeah, without further ado, let's get on to the vlog sale, and this will be sort of a bags I'm selling and why, and then I will also include a lot of the SLGs that I'll be selling, just to make things a little bit more fun for people who aren't interested in purchasing the items but want to see what I am looking at selling. So start off with bags because those are the big ticket items, and so the first thing I will be selling is obviously this is still available as I'm filming this. I've had a few inquiries. I'm pretty firm on the price, so that's why it's taken me a while, but this is the Chanel CC delivery, and this is in the small tote version, so it is this style bag. This bag I have two of, so that's primarily the reason why I'm selling it. And this bag, in terms of the condition, is actually in really good condition. The leather itself, I actually think the leather in this is a lot sturdier than the one that I have now. It's a lot more rigid than the one that I have now. The main issue with this is that obviously it has that wear and tear on the turn lock there, and it also has some wear and tear on the corners. I will try and picture the details as best as I can. In terms of the feet, it's actually not too bad. I don't know if that is showing up there. And then the other side, this one does have the two sort of resin handles. You know, there's no heavy scratches on them, but you can sort of see from the wear and tear that there are superficial scratches, which I think will be inherent to the bag, just because when you wear this bag, the chain does rub against the resin handles. The interior is pristine, no issues in the interior. And it does come with the authenticity card just there. All the items I will include, whether or not they will come with dust bags, with boxes, with authenticity cards and everything like that. And then it's got the Mona Lisa pocket at the back. Everything else works fine, so the opening as well is in pretty good condition. You can see this is actually in really good condition. So yeah, if anyone is interested in this, let me know. And basically the reason I'm selling is because I have two. Another bag that I have doubles of, and you guys will be very surprised to see me letting go, is actually my very first Chanel flap bag, and that is my vintage classic flap. So this one was my very first ever Chanel piece, and it's actually still in really good condition for a vintage piece. So this is from 1994, 1995. This was bought secondhand. All of these were authenticated, so this one was authenticated by Celine. I do always recommend that you sort of seek your own authentication for your peace of mind. This is the Chanel classic medium flap in the lambskin leather there, and this one is with the 24 karat sort of gold plating, so it's got that logo at the front there. In terms of wear and tear on this bag, obviously it's a vintage piece, so it's not as inflated, but I think front on this bag actually looks really good. The back has a bit more wear and tear, as you can see with the deflated quilts there, but pocket has no peeling, which was really important for me when I purchased the bag. This does have a protective felt there. It does have some minor indentation over on the front, as you can see. Let me just take this out completely. So this is what that looks like, but overall really, really good. For a vintage piece, you guys, this is a 95 piece. So the zipper works fine. The pocket not sticky at all. The pocket at the back also not sticky, still very functional. And then inside you can see the Chanel burgundy lining. This one is a made in France piece, and this one is a 3 series bag. And also I wanted to make sure that that popper there had no sort of wear and tear or marks, so that was really important for me. This comes with the box, and this is actually the original box that it came in, so it's still got the sticker with the corresponding authenticity number there, and then it also has the vintage dust bag. So because this is a vintage piece, obviously it's a bit more worn, got a bit more age and character, but still a gorgeous piece. And if anyone is interested, hit me up. Now the reason I'm selling this bag is because I actually purchased a bag pretty much identical to this to replace it, and the reason I bought that one, even though I love this and I had no problems with it whatsoever, was because I managed to pick that for a really, really good price and in better condition. So let me know if you guys do want to see it, but that is primarily the reason that I'm selling this. It was a huge like decision for me whether or not to, I guess, purchase it to begin with and let this one go. But after quite a few months of umming and ahhing, because I purchased that bag ages ago, I did decide to let this one go. So looking to give this bad boy to a good home, so if you are interested, let me know. So this is a vintage piece with the gold plated hardware, so gorgeous little thing. Another bag that I will be selling is actually my Chanel tote. Now the reason I am selling this one is because I just haven't gotten a lot of wear out of it. I initially purchased it as a work tote, and it just so happens this really isn't my style for a work tote. I just use my Neverfull and it's just like the perfect work tote for me. It's gorgeous though, you guys. Like if you are a girl boss, like you work in the office, this is a gorgeous bag to use. It is in this beautiful taupe color, and honestly, like this is still in really good condition. So for example, it still stands up really nice and straight. It's still got a lot of shape to it. It's got a lot of structure to it, and in terms of the wear and tear, let me just try and find some wear and tear. I honestly think it's in, pretty excellent condition. I'll show you the bottom. So the bottom is actually really good, not too bad. And then the back here. So I think that's actually really good. There's no scratches on the hardware. I don't know if you can see that. It does come with this pocket, or this thing here where you can just put items in. The zippers still have their protective plastic on it. So there you go. And then inside, this is what it looks like. It's a pretty large bag, and inside you can put, laptops, books, whatever you need. This fits A4 paper. It's got 2 pockets on each side there, and then does have an authenticity card. It's an 18 series bag, which corresponds to the number there, and the turn lock closure opens to a pocket on the front as well, and that's all pretty much perfect. So you've got 2 pockets at the back and at the front, and then 2 side pockets in the middle. This one is, what is this? This one is made in Italy, and it does come with the detachable strap that you sort of hook up to make it a little bit more wearable. So this one I will be selling just because I haven't really gotten much wear out of it. I just don't reach for it. I find that it's a little bit too heavy, and the strap itself is a little bit too long for me to be able to wear this as a shoulder bag. So that's primarily why I'll be selling it. I would keep it if I use it more and didn't have better use for the money. So that's that one. And now I'm going to move on to Louis Vuitton. There is one bag that I've been hanging on to for forever, and I've just not sold it, even though I've been meaning to sell it for the longest time, just because I was too lazy to. So this one is the Louis Vuitton Favorite MM, and this is what it looks like. I know this is now a discontinued piece. This is actually in, again, really good condition. It does have some superficial scratches at the front there. I don't know if you can see, but it's like a slight hairline scratches. It's not super deep that I think it's distracting, but it is there. I know that you can replace these, so you know, if you are bothered by it, you can replace the hardware. Opening it up, this is what the interior looks like. It is with the aubergine color. This one is a Louis Vuitton made in France piece. The barcode here says SA4134. The strap is still quite lightly patinaed. It's not like dark at all. So if I was to compare the patina on this to the one on my AZUR piece, you can sort of see how light the patina on this still is, and then the hardware here is actually in pretty good condition. I know some Favorite MMs have like the issue of it curving or deforming there. This one doesn't have that, not that I can tell anyways. The reason I'm selling this one is because I purchased this a while ago, and I purchased the Eva clutch, which was quite similar to this, and I also had the pochette Matisse. Since getting the pochette Matisse, I did not reach for this. Granted, they're a little bit different in size, but I do now have quite a few like medium size bags that I gravitate towards a little bit more often now, so that's why I'm selling this one. And I did find that the magnetic closure wasn't like secure enough for me, because I tend to overpack my bags. This closure itself is, you know, is decent. It is strong, but just in terms of how I pack my bags, I really need something very strong, like a zipper closure to just secure all of my items. And since getting the pochette Matisse, I really didn't reach for it, so this is why I'm letting this one go. The next item that I will be selling is my DAMIER AZUR piece. This is my Louis Vuitton Speedy 30 in the DAMIER AZUR. This is the classic piece. This one I picked up secondhand, and you guys would have seen my unboxing on this. This one is in, you know, good condition. Certainly it's a lot more worn than all of my other bags that I've just shown you. There is a pretty nice honey patina on this bag. There is wear and tear on the vachetta, but I do think it's overall like a nice honey colored patina. The canvas on this is actually pretty good. In terms of the wear and tear on the bottom, you know, there is some wear and tear that you can see there. It's a little bit rubbing. In terms of the canvas, it's actually really good. There's no, I guess, what is it, color transfer. In terms of the interior, the main thing with this one to note is that it does have a stain at the bottom. That was how I purchased it, but I just put a handbag organizer in this, a small organizer, to keep it shape. And also the stain doesn't actually show through on the bottom at all. It's just when you look in the interior, you can see that there is just like a watermark almost. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that's a little bit obvious, but it's not like a colored watermark. It's just, you can see where it's a little bit like someone spilt water or whatever, and then that stained a little bit. But yeah, apart from that, the pockets are pretty clean, and then that is the serial number on this one. The most noticeable thing about this is honestly the wear and tear of the vachetta, which I like, but I guess that will really depend on some people. You can see there, and then also the handles here, there's a bit of stickiness to the glazing a little bit. Not too bad, but it should just, you know, it should probably be noted that there is that. The zipper pull, it's still in pretty good condition. They're not like too deformed or anything like that. They're not ripping, there's no major issue with that one. The reason I'm selling this one is, although I love this bag, like I love the color, I actually love the patina on this, it's absolutely gorgeous, but the reason I'm letting this one go is because it's just a little bit too big for me. Like I have the classic 30 in the DAMIER bin, but this for some reason looks a little bit bigger, and I'm actually looking to get this in a 25 classic version instead, which is proving to be quite difficult. But I am torn because I actually think the patina on this is lovely. Like really want one where the vachetta is almost, you know, pretty much like this. So yeah, that's that. Moving on, the next Louis Vuitton piece that I will be selling is actually this one right here. Now this is filled with some goodies, so I'm just gonna take it out. This is my Louis Vuitton GM in the black epi leather. I purchased this a while ago for my birthday, and the reason I'm letting this one go is because I just don't reach for it as frequently as I thought I would. I purchased this first instead of the monogram Noe GM, and since getting that I've been reaching for that one more, even for work. I thought I would be reaching more for this for work because it's like a bit more understated, because it's just got like this very minor LV there. But I've found that I still reach for my monogram Noe even more because I just love like the really rich honey patina on that one, and it just like I can't help using that one a lot more than this. It's the Noe where the grommets are still brass. The newer ones, the grommets are, the hardware on this is actually silver. The interior is really, really clean. There's no wear and tear. The interior is lined with the man-made suede or felt material. It's got one D-ring here just on the side there, but there's no other sort of interior pockets, so it does end up being like a big hole that you can lose your things in. The strap is still in, you know, pretty good nick. There's no significant issues. There's some cracking of the glazing. I don't know if that will show, but that's probably expected for a vintage piece. There's no like major scratches or significant wear and tear on the actual body of the bag. In terms of the bottom, this one doesn't have feet, but it's actually in pretty good nick. There's some wear and tear of the corners. There's some rubbing and some, you know, wear and tear there. Hope you can see that. And then here as well. Try and include as many like photos or as many like cutaway clips as I can. The brass is, you know, sort of that aged brass at the moment. It's not the shiny brass. Yeah, overall it's pretty good. There's no major issues with this one. But yeah, overall it's in a pretty good vintage condition. So that's that one. Now the next bag that I wanted to sell is actually this Celine Trio. The reason I'm selling this one is because of the color. I just don't get enough use out of this. I still really like it, and I think it's a great little bag. I think if I had gotten it in a black, it would have, you know, suited my style a lot better. In terms of lifestyle, it's still a really, really nice bag. I like that it's convertible. I like that, you know, you can turn it into a clutch, and I frequently still use this as a clutch, but as I said, the color is quite hard to pair. It's more of like it's like a coral color. So it does have like a peachy undertone to this. Now this is still in pretty good condition, I have to admit, because I've seen some Celine Trio bags and they normally get a lot of wear and tear or on the glazing where this attaches to the middle compartment. The main issue with this one is honestly with the actual leather itself. It's quite hard to get this scratch free. This is in like the like soft lambskin leather, so it does scratch quite easily. There is some just normal wrinkling of the leather there, which is expected, but overall in terms of like the corners, there's no rubbing. There's not a lot in the way of like color transfer or rubbing of the color. There is some wear and tear on the zipper pulls. I'll try and get that for you, but overall it's still in really good condition. And in terms of the scratches, the biggest scratch that you can see is actually in this middle compartment where it's just a little bit deeper. I don't know if it's showing up there at all. I actually think the overall condition of this trio is not not too bad, and I'm gonna let this go for a pretty good price anyway, so you guys should check it out. I don't really want to make money on this, I just want to give it to a good home for anyone who's looking to add a pop of color in their life in the Celine Trio. And I think that's everything for bags. Now I'm going to move on to SLGs because I've got quite a few SLGs to get through. So the first thing that I will be selling, unfortunately, breaks my heart thinking about selling this. I will be selling my Louis Vuitton Multicolor Noir in the PM size, and this is the cosmetics case. This is in like mint condition. This is in brand new condition. I've used it maybe on my shelf, but I've never actually used it to, you know, put my items in and put it in my bag. So there's no wear and tear on the corners at all. The patina is like pretty much pristine. There's no wear and tear of the silk screen at all, and it does come with like the you know, I'll give you a copy of the receipt, the ribbon, the bag, everything, the box. So it's pretty much like getting it in store. The reason I'm selling this one is just because I never used it. Got it when everyone was going crazy for like multicolor, and it was, you know, getting discontinued. So everyone went crazy for it like nobody's business, and so did I. And I don't reach for these type of cosmetics pouches at all. And as much as I love this with the gorgeous grenade sort of interior, wipeable interior lining, it's just not something I reach for because I'm, like, let's be honest, too scared to use it most of the time. Partner, which is the beautiful Cosmetics PM in the multicolor BLANC. I'm so sad to let this one go. This is just stunning with the lychee interior, but this one is even more new than this one because I barely touched this one because of the color. I was always just too nervous. So absolute mint condition, has been in the box ever since I've gotten it. So this one has to go because I definitely have not been using this one at all. So if anyone's interested in this one, let me know. The next item I'm very reluctant to sell is this agenda in the PM size. This is in the multicolor noir, and this too is in like pristine condition. The silk screen is perfect. It's the patina is perfect. There's no staining on it. The interior is clean, like there's no issues. And the reason I'm letting this one go is because I have two of these. This is actually my good version because I was obsessed, as I said, with the multicolor print. I have another one of this. That one is a lot more worn. There's chipping on the silk screen, but I just figured I don't need to, and so that's why I am selling this one. So that one does come with a box and dust bag, so if you guys are interested, let me know. The next item, so this is my version. Now the next item I will be selling is actually this one. This is the infamous Louis Vuitton sunglasses case in the MM. I have it in the PM and I use that one so much more. I don't really use large sunglasses, and so that's the reason why I didn't really get a lot of wear out of this one. This one is in, you know, pretty good condition. Like there's no glazing issues at all. There's no cracking of the glazing whatsoever. That little lock there is actually still in pretty good condition. The hardware there doesn't have any scratches at all from what I can see. This piece was made in France, and the barcode or the serial code in this one is SN3172. So that's that one, and this one will come with a dust bag and box. I'm umming and knowing about selling these pouches, to be honest, because they're just really cute, and I know we're going back into like vintage bags lately, so that's why I've been reaching for these bags a little bit more frequently. I was thinking of letting go of this monogram version because I do have a small Louis Vuitton monogram bag. This one is in fair condition. The canvas itself is actually really sturdy. There's no, you know, rubbing too much. There's no real issues with the canvas here. The main thing is obviously that the vachetta is quite worn, and also the zipper pull here has a lot of tarnishing. The zipper works well still, The inside is, you know, nice and clean, no major issues. This is the older version, so it doesn't have the pocket, and it's the smaller size. And this one, the serial code here says AR1919. Now this doesn't come with a strap, that's the only thing. It came with this really old, like, long shoulder strap when I purchased this secondhand, but you know, this is really quite dingy and really old and worn and just like dry. So you know, I'm not including this. If you want it, you can let me know if you want me to include it free of charge, but I'm not charging you for this one. Oh, and there's some corner wear and tear there, just where the D-ring attaches. I just thought I'd let you guys know. Finally, the last thing I will be selling is actually this little key pouch here. Really cheap. It's got some staining, as you can see there, where it's a little bit darker, the front and the back. There's a bit of wear and tear where that is coming out, and then the interior looks a little bit like this, so not too bad, but definitely has some wear to this because it's vernis. A lot of like colors just stick onto it, and this is in the rose Indian color, I do believe. This one does still have that plaque there, and this actually works pretty fine. It's not too bad, you can still use it anyway. So this one is also for sale for anyone interested. So that is it. That is everything that I think I'll be selling. If you guys are interested in any of these items, make sure you know, check out the info bar for details on how you can get your hands on it. I'll include photos on my blog and prices on my blog as well, so go and check them out. If you're down for anything, as I said, first come first serve. Everything's through PayPal, friends and family. If you want me to invoice you, just let me know and I will send you an invoice. Shipping is separate, and so is insurance. So if you live overseas, that's something to consider. I'm happy to mark it as a gift, but I will not be able to undervalue the bags. So yeah, that is it from me. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a massive thumbs up. Please share with, you know, friends, families, anyone who's interested in, you know, Chanel or Louis Vuitton. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will have a handbag video coming up. It will be my Chanel handbag video. I'm pretty firm with prices, but I think, you know, if you're desperate for an item but can only afford a certain amount, just let me know and we can see what we can do if it's not already sold out. Check out the rest of my YouTube channel. I have quite a few handbag videos, and I do have a handbag collection coming up, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful week or weekend, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.